It's called Meminisse, and my name is Morten, which maybe is harder to say. I'm from Sweden, and let's see if yeah. We are humble, we Swedes, so we say the $1 trillion opportunity right away. I will skip some slides during the presentation due to the respect of the time slot. Otherwise, I would just talk. So, Meminisse, we developed the solutions for the people with cognitive diseases, which is Alzheimer and other diseases often called dementia. We try to find the ones in early stages, even though it's quite hard because then we get first-hand information. What every solution we do is try to find a better life for the people with a diagnosis like this. This disease is a severe brain damage. It destroys your cognitive functions, your ability to think, you talk, the time, space, and everything. And it's very, very important that you know this is not a part of natural aging. This is a severe brain damage. There's no cure, there's no turning back while getting the disease. The huge problem within this is there's often, and as you see in the most cases, 90%, they are not diagnosed correctly, and 62% of the doctors around the world think this is about normal aging. It's horrible. You can see 50 million people have diagnosed today all over the world. We have dark numbers about 45 to 50%, and they're going to triple until 2050, until 150 million people. This is a huge, huge tsunami coming up. The annual cost already is 1.3 trillion US dollar. That's why the $1 trillion opportunity. If you see that this also going to triple in the next 30 years, you see where we're going. It's not going to happen. The COVID that we just went through over the years is going to be a small, small sneeze comparing to this. This is the real tsunami coming up. You need to do things, you need to act, and you need to act now. Because what we have also together with this is the natural aging itself. The ones plus 65, that's going to go much more than going to double during the same time period. So the world's combined healthcare systems not going to fix this. They're not going to be able to handle all the care, quality of care. So what you're going to do, I skipped this one. What we do, we have 3 product segments. Care is all about find a way to always get the right doctor at the right time, the right care and right time. That's care. Simple as that. Within care, we're going to launch the world's first telemedicine service for this group. I'll get back to that. Home, it's all about making your home a safe place. Putting in sensors, cross-connected devices like watches, cameras, and everything, and together with an app developed partly by Berkeley University, we have the family, all kinds of relatives, neighbors, and whoever you want that could help you out in your situation, because it's the family and the relatives who have the care here. All over the world, the care system can't handle this group, so what you do, you put it on the relatives. So you have forced relatives to perform specialist care. It's not acceptable. The last part is all about solving the puzzle. It's all about taking data from care, taking data and models from home, combine it, model it with AI, model it with science projects, and try to solve the puzzle, trying to find a cure. Connect the caregivers. I skipped that. Eloise is the very simple telemedicine service like anyone else with the big, big difference. This is specialized for dementia population, which is there's neurologists, geriatrics, dementia nurses, occupational therapists who have experiences within this field group. This is the first in the world that we are introducing. It's insane. It cost $1.3 trillion, and there's no specialist care for this online. We do this. Okay. Home, as I said, we built together with Berkeley University a software that they can manage and monitor their sick relative or care personnel from a remote way, which is you can check if they have taken the medicine, if they have been sleeping, if the door is open, if the stove is open, or whatever happening, if there's 35 degrees inside, or whatever it could be. This has an evidence in decreasing levels of stress, anxiety, and depression for both patient and relatives. It's all about keep on living, keep track. Sharing is caring, like always, and a trusted circle that can help you out in the way, because we are forcing relatives to take care of them. Oh, let's do this. Science, as I said, this is the combined data, the combined actions from for the other two segments. We model it in AI, we do science projects, and then we do studies, reports, and we offer it to research and development companies all over the world, insurance companies who wants to pay for it. We can actually give them a tool that they can use for their diagnosed insurances. Care agencies, as we say, 62% of doctors believe this is a part of natural aging. It's not. You know that now. Pharma industry, the big boys, of course, we can help them out. When they do clinical study, they have done over 200 clinical studies within this field. 99% has failed with a simple answer: too many missing pieces. Because the missing pieces is a patient with a memory disorder, and you ask them, how was your day? How was your 6 months? It's impossible. And if you have a relative with the same disability because of stress, anxiety, and depression, you don't get anywhere. We will help them. And of course, we will do new products. We will try to find a new way. The board, the team, everyone is taken into the company. Either they had huge and long experiences within the field of dementia, or most of the people is all about sales, marketing, doing IPOs, doing things international. We are a born international company. We start in Sweden, but there's no limit here. We go for the world because the world needs us. Action plan, as I say, due to the semiconductor shortage, we are focusing in Sweden this year and build up a strong organization that can deliver to the rest of the world. Otherwise, we go to Hong Kong, because Hong Kong authorities reached out and say, hey, we have the oldest population in the world now, we need your help. And we said, how do you know about us? But anyway, we will go there. UK, and you can see it yourself, but we are adding countries all along. We need partners in every market. Key figures: 84,000 start kits, where everything starts, where the intelligence is. Quite good revenues, if I may say so, and 9 operational markets. Audit, we can skip that, This is a $1 trillion opportunity, my friend. Thank you.
Perfect. So even 2 more minutes for the feedback part. So.
No, you see, speed is.
25.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thanks for your presentation. I mean, it's very commendable, I think, what you're doing. And as you say, I mean, I'm Spanish, which has also a very aging population. I think no one that I know would be kind of not knowing this problem in their own family, in their own community, right? So I think that's great. I mean, one question I always have when talking about medtech is, is there any regulation that you guys need to be aware of? Is this something that would actually maybe make you more valuable because it would create that moat, or just something that you need to be aware of?
It's all about regulations. It's GDPR, HIPAA compliant. You know it all in different continents, in different stages, and I do believe that that's very important, because the patient data needs to be safe, needs to be secured. So that's why we work very, very hard with a law firm. At the other hand, we don't care about personal data. We only need anonymized data, because that's interesting as well. We want to know how things are connected and how we could find a cure about this. But of course, if there's a care provider that uses our system, they need to be able to know the specific person, and we need to be able to store that in the correct way. So all about regulation, that's a huge part of our investments actually going to secure that. So it's a big issue, and it's a hard work. But yes, that will bring us forward, but it takes time.
Okay, so I have a question about the scaling your business. I mean, because I saw on your timeline that you are starting from the Sweden, like we are Swedish, yeah, and then Nordic, and then like Hong Kong. But what about European Union? I mean, like there is no problem with the cognitive disease here, or this is the GDPR issue, or?
No, exactly. Now, the reason is actually that Hong Kong reached out, the Hong Kong authorities reached out and said that you need to help us. And we see that you had the most complete solution that we've seen. And as we are in this stage, we shouldn't say no. We shouldn't say we need to go UK first or Germany or whatever. So we said, yes, let's go there. And it's a brilliant market for us because it's a small geographical area. It's a small population, 7.5 million people. So it's a good start for us as a first satellite country, and starting to, because the biggest issue is not to go abroad. The biggest issue is to deliver everything in right time. Then you need the organization, you need competence, you need logistics, you need everything in place, and that's what we're trying to build now. That's why, in some ways, semiconductor shortage is a good thing for us, because we can build an organization and we can prepare ourselves for both UK and Hong Kong 2023. But Europe is there, of course, like Poland is very interesting for us, but we need a partner because we don't know the language, we don't know the culture, so we need a local partner, and that's what we're looking for in different places. And then we will add them in our action plan. This is our, what we say, preferred action plan or strategic action plan, but as you go, you always add up.
And just on that, actually, I was going to ask about, you mentioned twice we need partners, right? And then, if I understand your product, I mean, you need somebody to prescribe the product. You need the local professionals in the local language, with the local habits and the way of explaining things. You mentioned IoT integration, which I think is really interesting, because at the end of the day, you're part of the smart home in a way, right?
Exactly.
So what other partners do you need, and how?
Sorry, one more.
What other partners do you need, or what's the set of partners?
What we're looking for.
Yeah.
It depends. What the preferred one or ideal one is someone within the care system has some experience within the dementia field, because it's a very specific and different field. But then it's a sale organization like anyone else. It's, as you said, this is hardware. It's a start kit that we sell, and then you said a lot of hardware. But it's also care. We sell care to insurance companies and so on. So it's a telemedicine service that we sell actually. And lastly, but the one that would take the longest time, is actually a new way of performing care for everyone within this care process, and that takes more time. And that's why we need a local person with knowledge about the healthcare system and the disease.
Yes, so maybe last thing from my side. So, talking about the partners, so for example, like in Poland and in countries where the private healthcare is like very popular, so I see like that the entering to such a market could be, let's say, quite easy for you. I mean, because it's simply getting a partner like this big private healthcare companies like Luxmer or Medicover can set up simply the special package for the cognitive disease people, and it will be a very good for start, yeah, and so it's quite easy so to find the scale like countries like here.
Absolutely, the best way for us to scale up internationally would be to partner up with a local online doctor service. And then we say we can offer specialist care for you within the field as nobody else is working this complete as we do. So that's our scale up, and that's our USP at the moment. But in the long term, we are planning to add food delivery, so we know what nutrition they have, so we get that data too. And then we get a holistic system, and we get holistic data. We get the most powerful dementia database there ever is. So, but you're correct. That's the part we're looking for. But you need to. We want to see as broad as possible because we want the right person, not the right background.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Round of applause. Perfect. We're going to be a bit more decentralized for the next one. So I'm not going to take too much of our startup's time. So without any further ado,